Alrighty. Alright, let's get rolling. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Um, I know I mentioned in the Discord that I was getting a new headset today. Apparently, it's supposed to show up like 2 hours from now. So, it's like, it's supposed to be delivered, I think it was like at 8 p.m. And then I guess the rest of what I ordered arrives like an hour after that. So it's like, okay, cool. Very timely, Amazon. Very timely. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get things rolling. Looks like we're right at the very end of when the ad break is supposed to end. So hello everyone that saw those ads. Um, I thought I was going to get my headset like before I got home from work, but I guess it's like I was just saying before. It's coming at like 2 hours from now, so I guess it'll just be have to be next stream that I show it off. But spending a pretty penny on it, so it should be pretty good. The one I'm using right now is actually I think it's like $20, and for the $20 I spent on it, I think it's pretty passable. Like, I guess like when I first got it, my biggest complaint was it was really tight on my head. And there's every once in a while that I get kind of uncomfortable from wearing it, but I think it's been like I want to say like at least a year or two now, and it's pretty much kind of broken itself in. But I do want to try to get something that's like a step higher than what I currently have. And I think the headset I got is like a HyperX Cloud 3. So it's like $120. So we'll see if that kind of works out. Because I know the last time I spent like $60 on a headset and like the microphone was just complete dog shit. It was awful. Um, that was short lived. And I returned that headset like almost immediately. Hello, hello. I'm doing good. It's going well. I was just about to get things started for Pentiment. Um, I'm just yapping about this headset that I'm going to be getting later tonight. Like 2 hours from now is when it's supposed to arrive, and I thought it was going to show up like while I was at work, but nope, it's coming 2 hours from now. So I'm excited. It's going to be cool. But yeah, I'm doing good. Today was a good day. All right, so let's get Pentiment all booted up. All right. So let's go ahead and turn the music off. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Always glad to hear people having a good day. Yeah. You know, it's been a good day despite everything. um, but yeah, so and well, I've been spending the day looking forward to tonight because this has been a pretty fun game, and I really want to see how the story turns out. So we are quite literally in the mines. Um, I was not wrong when I said the children yearned for the Roman salt mines. Okay, so, what am I looking at? Looking at this. A lot of different coins down here. It's not like this is a Saints Well. Okay, what's over here? We yearn for the mines, exactly. Tablet, there's still some writing on it. Oh, I will actually be right back. Just started knocking my door. All right, so my Amazon delivery came, so I'm actually gonna wait until after the stream before I open that stuff up. Um, but yeah, I'll be right back one more time, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, all right. So I am here now. Just had to turn the light off. Yeah. So delivery is here, but I am not going to open it yet. Just going to wait until after stream. All right. See, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. That looks like it is in German. Rising passion. Poor Jay, hope her lover is better at things other than poetry. Would have chucked this down a mine shaft too. Yeah, well, whoever Jay is, I hope her lover was better at things other than poetry. Alright then, what's this over here? Looks like a larger version of some of the Baltus's contraptions. Oh, Baltus is the inventor guy. I remember now. Alright. What's this over here? Now I'm down here, I should see what I can find from the Roman era and before. Bones. They're far too big to be human. No horns. Looks like a mule to me. Maybe to haul that winch. Poor creature, dying down here. That's what must have scared Apollo so much. Okay. Let's go into the cave. Well, what's this over here? Piece of pottery. Okay. Must be the same kind of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. Okay, so we've got some figurines. Do you think that there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in fields and caves like this? Those your sub emotes are Rados. You like the Rados? Yeah. Before I got my newest PC, I had a little chat buddy for text-to-speech. So, kind of to give you like the maybe not so long version of it. So before I had my current avatar, I had a previous avatar, which was one of my Vampire the Masquerade characters named Shade. And the type of vampire he is referred to as a Nosferatu. They can turn invisible, they hide in graveyards and sewers and stuff, and sometimes they even have like little like pet animal, well, not pet animals, but animal servants, and that can vary from like rats to dogs and other various animals. Well, my character Shade had a little rat named Venus, and Venus is named after my little sister's rat that she had for a brief time that unfortunately passed away. I'm working on trying to figure out how to get the text-to-speech working again, because just switching to a new PC and going from Windows 10 to 11 kind of changed a lot of things and moved buttons around. I'm still trying to figure out like how to set all that stuff back up again. But the rats in those emotes are Venus, little albino rat. And I actually have like a little avatar for the rat too. I can switch over if you want to see what it looks like. Another shard. All right, finding pottery shards down here. But yeah, I've been thinking of getting some emotes of my current avatar character here, because I love Rados. My wife and I run a rattery. Oh, cute. Nice. That's fantastic. I I love all kinds of animals. It's actually one of the reasons I don't work at PetSmart anymore, or like just the reason I try to stay away from like the pet trade is just I care about the animals too much, and like working at PetSmart, the condition that the small rodents and reptiles were in was not always the best, and I remember I always tried to make them as comfortable as possible, but it's not that easy when your goal is to try to sell them as quickly as possible, and then they end up kind of sticking around for a long time. I have 5 cats and a bearded dragon myself. Yeah, those chain stores are not great for the animals at all. Like I have a few stories. Like I remember one time we got a hamster. I don't remember what kind of hamster, but the poor thing was just screaming constantly. Like if it saw if it saw you like reach down to try to change out the food or the water, the poor little thing would just start screaming at the top of its little lungs. It was heartbreaking, and my bearded dragon Sobek, he was also another critter that arrived at the location I worked at that couldn't be sold because he was missing part of his tail, and the seller told the store like, hey, yeah, he had a bad shed and lost his tail, but what we think actually happened was that there was like a bad shed, or like some of the shed got stuck, and whoever was in charge of taking care of him just decided to snap the tail off. Because my fiance, she spent a long time, I want to say it was at least like a year or two, trying to get Sobek used to being handled by human hands. He was just so scared and defensive whenever like we try to pick him up or handle him in any way, and it took us a really long time for him to get more comfortable. And he's still missing part of his tail too. Alright, I've got the Latin inscription here. Tassia, give me water, or Pluto preserve me. This salt is drying me to death. Yikes, doesn't sound like working down here was pleasant. But yeah, so, in the salt mines. So looks like we've got some Roman drawings here. It's like a Roman map of Tassing. Wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring. The abbey was an old fort on the hill. And there's the rest of town. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum. I don't recognize the word from any of my books. Can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple? Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. That's so odd. But yeah, chain stores are not the best for animals. The poor things. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. Latus' soul ascended in the Mithraeum. My soul will descend in this damned hall of salt. Christ, that's rough. There's that word again. Mithraeum. It must have been important to the Romans. Doing a little bit of medieval archaeology. Guy was pretty salty, huh? Pottery is scattered everywhere. I mean, we're down in the salt mines. The children yearn for the salt. They used to wage wars over this stuff. So I think it's understandable. Everyone's a little salty in the salt mines. Almost looks like an altar. But what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. So it looks like there's a path down. Another piece of pottery. Don't mind if I do. More Latin writing. If we cannot enter the Mithraeum, we will make our own altar to the gods. Sounds like the Mithraeum was some sort of temple. Huh. I've never heard that word before. Alright, let's go up here. Let's go up here. Let's see, so I guess we gotta go continue our exploration of the mine shaft. More pottery. Just finding more and more pieces of pottery. Another shard. I have a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Oh, boy howdy. Okay. Ooh, okay. Can do a little spinny spin. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. Let's see. So there is... This appears to be kind of maybe over here. Gotta rotate it this way. I'm guessing anyway. Hold on. This actually looks like it might go maybe up here. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. So this is this might be a tough one. Sure. Well, this piece kind of fits. Let's see. Oh. Okay, it's coming together. So maybe this is actually going to be on the end here. No, that's... Okay, that's stuck on. Okay. And then there's one that looked like it was like a sword. Oh, here we go. So... You just... There we go. Okay. It's a bit of a clearer picture. Okay. It's coming together. It's all coming together. Let's see. So maybe something like this. Ooh, this might actually go on this side here. There we go. Okay. Look at me doing archaeology. Okay, there we go. And then... What's that? Okay, and then this goes here. Then this fits here. There we go. Well, there we go. We got it. Figures on this pot lid look like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth, even before the Romans. Let's see, this must be Perchta, and those must be the forest spirits, part of the wild hunt, maybe. Maybe. Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming in to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. See, I think our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now. Maybe this is what I could paint on the mural. It's part of our history, but I'm not sure this is the best story to portray. It's barbaric and very pagan. I doubt anyone will want to see a past shown this way. Yeah, I think this could be a good thing for the mural. It's part of the history. I have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, better keep going before I run out of the oil in my lamp. Alright. So there's a cave in there. Wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapsed recent? Be able to go any further with all this rubble? I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the walls showed me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Mithraeum was or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here, and my oil was running out. Time to climb back out. Alright. Let's get out of here. We've spent enough time in the mines. Our yearning is over. What's a little bit of human sacrifice? Exactly. See, it's not about how deep we can go into the mine. It's about the human sacrifices we made along the way. Uh-oh. Something fell. Wait, who's that? Is someone there? Oh! I better get out of this shaft before another rock comes crashing down. That might have been literally someone trying to kill us. Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of here. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. Should get back to the rat house and get to work. Alrighty. Hey, Nix. Hi. Hi. Alrighty. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I've got a glass of water here. And then I've also got a big cup of orange juice. So I've got plenty of hydration. Oh, hello. You. Me? Yes? I'm Haller Brent, the Lord's gamekeeper. Oh no. Why are you grazing pigs in the woods? I'm not. That's not my pig. I'm the printer's daughter. Didn't ask for your name. I asked why you were grazing pigs here. Answer me. Do I look like I raise pigs? Look like a little girl who's going to be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't answer my question. That's not my pig. Been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. The pig doesn't belong to you. What are you doing here? You know what? I think this might be a good opportunity to lie. Maybe. Fuck it. Does everyone have to justify being in the woods? If I think you're stealing the Lord's wood or illegally grazing your pigs, yes. Oh. Let me ask you a different question. Whose pig is this? I don't know. Ah, a mysterious lost pig. Who apparently belongs to no one. I'd suppose so. Oh, gosh. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. Gosh. Wow. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Fine. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. Gosh. Rip Impasta pig, yeah. I knew the Lord's men patrol these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of the woods and back to work at the rat house. New bacon just dropped. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna leave the pig behind. Rip to the pig. It's not our problem. And there's Apollo saying hey. Alright, back to the rat house. I think I talked to like practically everybody in town, so. Yep, there's Father Thomas saying God bless you. Alright. Let's get to Central Town. And then it's gonna be a path that goes up and around. Oh wait, hey, did your kid come back? Oh, there we go. Had enough of hiding? Alright. Yeah, we played hide and seek with her last time. Back to find me so quick, she's a good finder. No one can escape me. I'll hide better next time. Get you something to eat then? Alright. Prezzel? Little kid wants a prezzel? Alright, thank you for your time. Boy howdy. Always glad to play with the children, but I really have to go now. Can't wait to see what you'll end up painting. You'll do us proud, I'm sure of that. I hope so. Until later. Alright. So let's go up and over. Run past the bakery. Go to North Town. And there's the rat house. Alright. Time to work on the mural. Hey Megs, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene. 'Cause she does not like it when he calls her Mags. Mr. Oots? Ah, damn it. How do I pronounce it again? Oats? Oats? No, not oats. Whatever. Ots. Had you let it go? Mags is so much easier. No, Otto Zimmerman, I can't. Ugh, don't call me. Fine. Brother, may I have some oats? Brother, may I have some oats? I'm starving, brother. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? Doesn't look like much yet. No work of art appears significant at the start. You think Michelangelo was born a great sculptor? What would you know about it? Do you even know the difference between egg tempera and oil paint? Okay, yeah, we could totally art nerd him out then. Actually, no, let's not. Yeah, art burn, here we go. I mean, one has egg in it, I guess. You're hopeless. Oh, you just finished priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Get the ass, yeah. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? I'll use pottery and the tools the farmers have found to show how we lived before the Romans. Told me about the god Mars as a wolf, the nymph Tassia, and how the spring was blessed. Little Peter remembered a legend about a chieftain, Ratus, who healed a wolf that led him to our spring. Created an image I found in the mine, showed how our ancestors made human sacrifices to appease Perchta and the spirits. I kind of like the smoky story more. Pottery and tools the farmers have found to show how we lived before the Romans. I feel like the first option is probably the safer one, because there's people in town that would be like, oh no, don't depict the pagans in any positive way. How dare you? But I do like the story that we learned from the charcoal burner. So I'm going to do that one. Because who doesn't like nymphs? Sounds interesting. Is that Christian, though? Might be a little worried Father Thomas will take it the wrong way. So what made you choose this story anyway? I like that it's about the founding of Tassing. Everyone knows the spring in the woods. I think we have to include the Romans in our story since we build this town on their ruins. Yeah, it's about the story of Tassing. Guess that's true. We all know that it's old and it's always been here. Still, I think Father Thomas might be upset about Mars and the lady. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I figured out this portion of the mural out, I'd better start thinking about the next section. I'll leave you to it, Magdalene. Good night, Oots. Good night, Magdalene. All right. Now I've decided how to depict Tassing's earliest history, I should decide how to paint Kersaw's history. Mother Illuminata's letter mentioned that of Matthew, that's a complicated pronunciation, used to be a brother in Kershaw. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask what he remembers. And I have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write to them both now before bed. And before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. I just got a lot of writing and reading to do. Where to begin? Alright. So, reading the book. When the Romans, having conquered the town, built up the walls around it, they established many temples there. This is harder to read than I thought. The book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in the farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Ego Simulacrum and okay, Mars Nostrum Operum Caspiciat. I raise a vision in a field so that Mars may behold our work. Huh. Diana sat in a place with water oozing up from herself. What does that mean? Oh boy. That could mean a lot of things. Let's tap Diana. Let's, hold on. Let's, damn it. I was going to click Diana to see what, the in-game dictionary said about her. Let's pray so that he or she may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though, it would be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. Should finish writing my letters, though. Told me that Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I should write to him before the snows come. Write to Esther, too. Alrighty, then. Let's see. Most Reverend Matthew, Archdeacon of Sion. Name is Magdalene Drucklin. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town paper Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's rat house. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. I heard you might be the best person to ask about Kersaw's early history. Heard that you were the sacristan at Kersaw, knew a great deal about the abbey. There we go. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the abbey's history, we would appreciate it. Okay, thank you for your help and consideration. Yeah, let's keep it short and formal. Formal. Alright, let's write to Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stolz said that he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to argue with Dad's condition. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father, or why. I found a note by him too. All it said was, stop. It wasn't from the shop, because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script, as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. Had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. Made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. Suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Can't wait to leave this place. Yeah, can't wait to get out of this town. Maybe it's the coming of winter, but Tassing feels more and more cramped. I've had enough of everyone asking me about the mural and doubting my skill. Working on the mural has been a welcome distraction. I'm getting tongue twisted. From the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Utz has been coming under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. Sweet, I'm glad for the company. He makes things easier. I wish he'd stop. He's not subtle, and his flirting is annoying. Boys are awful. Boo-hoo. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. Just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stolz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. Alrighty then. Alright, it is the evening time. I wonder if I could go out to town, maybe? Can I go out to the Abbey? Maybe not. No, I don't think there's anything active. Alright. I mean, I could probably see people and they'd be like, what the hell are you doing up? Alright, let's go check in on Klaus. How's Klaus doing? Magdalene. Hey Dad, how you feeling? Can I get you anything? No, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. Alrighty then. So, onward to bed. Get some schmeep. Slate should get some rest soon. Yeah. Go to sleep. Go to schmeep. Get some EPs. Alright, days are gonna pass. At least a week. Maybe 2 weeks. Okay then. Mr. Strickland, a few more letters for you. Alright, Mr. Postman. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. First letters from Reverend Matthew. Mr. Struckern, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Cursaw. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. Oh, look, the gay lovers are still together. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, we caught them. Yeah. Good to know they're still together. Not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalog the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Cursaw Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Cursaw family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Cursaw changed to being run by an abbot. Do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. May have been done out of fear of being shut down, so double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Thus burned the history of Cursaw. While we cannot change the past, I have heard that Sisters of the Poor Clares has formed a new chapter at the Abbey. Can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Cursaw's former occupants to a bonfire, you may find something there. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. Most Reverend Matthew, Archdeacon of Sion. And there's Esther. My girl. Oh, Magdalene. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are farther away than is easy to travel, but I will see what we can do. What Hashem allows. What is Hashem? Can I just click? Literally the name in Hebrew. This is a way to refer to God indirectly in informal conversation or writing. Oh, okay. Neat. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet, the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt. That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I am encouraged to hear that the town council lets you continue with the mural at all. Reading or speaking in the name of God is forbidden in Judaism, if you didn't know. Oh, okay. I was not aware of that. Most online Jews I've encountered write as G-D as well. Oh, okay. Okay. That kind of sounds similar to, I know that there are some creatures in Native American folklore that the name cannot be spoken or written aloud. Because from what I understand, just my white person understanding, is that kind of either writing or mentioning like the name of said creatures is a way to like summon them to you or give them power in some way. I don't know the specifics, but that sounds kind of similar. I mean, not similar, but that I'm sure you know what I mean. There's a similarity. Anyway, Guild here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once the contract has been reached. You will like Prague much better than Tassing, I think. Truly, I cannot wait for you to visit. But I am glad that you have found some joy in your work on the mural in the meantime. We are all well here. Elijah has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and Father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simond. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. Just finished reading a YA novel written by an indigenous author, mentioning that the names of the recent deceased are the names of folkloric monsters, which are real in this novel, is forbidden because speaking the name is what summons the deceased or monster to you. Ooh, I will have to check that out sometime. I've been meaning to get back into reading again. I've been meeting with Mother and Father quite often now. So I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. I love Esther. BFFs forever. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Yeah, let's do that. Werner was supposed to come check on Dad today. I wonder where he is. Maybe I should try to find him later. Good morning. Good morning. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger, all things in time. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? Working on the next section of the mural. Not so hungry right now. I'll be alright. Your letter from the Archdeacon. Yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? He didn't have much to say. He was still upset about the Abbey's destruction. Did say the Abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. Confirmed Magda shipper in chat. Archdeacon did suggest that Porclairs might have held on to some of the records from the convent. Should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. Excellent place to start. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Elsie? I thought she moved here when she married. She didn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Cavicels used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her. I will. Maybe someone remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. You be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. Won't go far into them. Just take a look. Alright, wear a scarf too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my old bones. Don't worry, I'll see you tonight. Alright, good luck. So we've got a few places to go. Alright, let's get rolling. Gotta go see Elsie. Gotta go see Father Thomas. And then take a visit to the convent. Last I saw Elsie, she was in the Commons. Oh, there's Artemis. She's just saying hello. Ah, shoot. Where does Elsie fucking live? Okay. Let's see. Might have to poke through some journals here. Elsie. Elsie Mullerin. Okay. And Marjorie keeps herself in the Mueller home, but many peasants townfolk consider her to be one of the kindest people in town. Alright, awesome. So let's go. Oh, hello. Oh, Werner, what the fuck are you doing? Is that vomit? Oh my god, he drunk himself. He went out drinking. Hey, wake up. You fucking deadbeat doctor. Prod him with, wake up. You'll freeze if you stay out here. Don't have the strength to carry him home. I have to tell someone. Maybe Baltus. They're still on friendly terms. Alright. Or Big George. He's strong. He can do it. Ugh, what a mess. Alright, well. Yeah, let's go to Baltus. See, he lives over here, right? Yeah. Hello, Baltus. Do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? Came across a book about the history of Tassing. Oh, yeah. We need to ask him for Latin help, too. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Nazir and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas ale, you see. Of course. Sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies, I couldn't be of more help. Okay. Can we tell him about Werner? Found Eldrick Stolz passed out drunk in the commons, sleeping in a ditch. I see. This is becoming an increasing problem, isn't it? As I'll fetch Nasu, and we will carry him home safely. Thank you for letting me know. Nod. There we go. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's go visit the nuns. Oh, let's see, what we've done in the rat house. Oh, it's all covered up. I'm guessing it's going to be like a big reveal. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. I am so excited. Alright, let's go. Oh, hey, there's craft. I'd like to come to admire a well-chiseled craftsman at his best. Oh, where? I can't see one. Oh my gosh. Let's fucking burn them all. Ouch. I suppose I stepped into that one. You've come to see the repairs I've been doing then? Well, the truth, it's not going as well as I'd hoped. What seems to be the issue? I assumed I'd hit a snag either when it came to the stone or the tools, or my lack of artistic skill. But it's more than that. It's like, in my head, I can't see the right way. Besides, my dad wants me to help out on the farm more. I want to be there, but Grandpa taught me everything about the craft. He really wanted me to succeed, and I do enjoy the work. It's as if I can talk to the stone, you know? Not literally, but I can see how lines of tension flow through the rock. I understand how to form one thing from the other, how to make something that lasts. Grandma even offered to sponsor an apprenticeship under a master stonemason. Dad will support me either way, but I still feel like I'm pulled in both directions at once, you know? If you can support your family and makes you happy, it's the right choice. You have to figure this out yourself. Important to follow the guidance and needs of your elders. Can't live by the rules and demands of others. If you can support your family and it makes you happy, it's the right choice. When you say it, it sounds the most reasonable way, doesn't it? But I still can't get away from the doubts. And no one can fully escape their doubts, but don't let that stop you. God, I wish I had your confidence and fortitude. Did you learn all that from Klaus? Christ, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I think you should take the apprenticeship. Just do it. Take the apprenticeship. It's better than staying in Tassing, right? Failure. No. We weren't nice enough to him, probably. I don't know. I like it here and I have enough experience from Grandpa to keep going. Besides, if I'm gone, there will be no one to look after the town's stone. The church's foundation is in serious condition, and who's to say there won't be another flood come spring? No, I think I should stay. I'll have to tell Grandma I've made up my mind soon. Well, thanks for listening to me, Magdalene. That's what friends are for, right? Well, work beckons. Father Thomas asked me to reinforce the walls of the church. To be honest, I'd like to reuse stones from the ruins of the abbey, but Father Thomas forbids it, says it's unseemly. It's just quality stone going to waste. I don't get it. A burnt ruin of an abbey is still a religious site. As is the church, so it'd only be like stones from one holy building to another. Alright, stay well. Until later. Until then, Croft. Maybe I should have been nicer to him. Alright, let's go. Let's talk to Father Thomas. Father Thomas, tell me about how the town was founded. God bless you and God bless you. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about Tassing Saints. I'd like to represent them in the Rat House. Thrilled to hear it. The Saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. Let's make a deal. I listen rapturously as you tell me about the Saints, and you don't press me about putting them in the mural. Very well. But you know there is one saint you're overlooking. Contemplate this? Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Many people forgot that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the bishop of Freising that she had appeared. Freising. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. Seems like a reasonable response, all things considered. Perhaps, but blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But sadly, the bishop did not believe. The Peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the bishop in Freesing. Why didn't she just give him the labyrinth the first time? The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands, completely ignoring our question. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here to Tassing. Just going to keep listening. When the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. Was the town so poor that they couldn't have built it on their own? I don't know, but certainly the support of the bishop must have made it much easier. And so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. People of Tassing have been using it ever since. How did you hear the story? True, I am not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children, and so on. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. You are most welcome. God bless you and your work. Alrighty then. Just look at the picture there. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember. I feel like that's gonna have some significance somewhere. That's just my gut feeling. The labyrinth is gonna come up. I'm not sure. Hey, there's Paul. Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Making good progress, started on the history of the saints today. Good, good. Tassing is a pilgrimage town, after all. What sort of mural are you creating? I believe Klaus was painting on a fresco. I'll start with an intonatio and then paint the fresco over it so that I have a clear consistency. There's a few different techniques, but I think a fresco suits the rat house wall best. Yeah, let's do this option. Ah, I see. Do you have enough plaster? The rat house wall is so large I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town miller know so much about art? It's been an interest of mine since childhood, but my father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Andreas, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I collected books about various art styles since we returned. I had no idea. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I have my doubts about you taking on the project, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. After your father, of course. Well, anyway, I'm glad the mural is going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. Been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. New ideas always face some kind of opposition. I don't think you should let that stop you. Thank you, Magdalene. Alright. I understand the hesitation. Folk like to look after their own homes, their own land. But this would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. I'd better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day. God bless you. Alrighty then. Andreas. Hello, Andreas. Little Andreas. You can call me Magdalene, Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. Magda. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing. Anything interesting? No. Secrets. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'm drawing Susa. I know how to pronounce that. Susa. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. And this is Susa? I'm gonna pet Susa. Gotta pet every single animal that we can when given the opportunity. Fucking love animals in this stream. Alright, let's try to find Elsie. And there she is. Boy howdy. Bad deal, what brings you up the hill? That's just I asked about your family for the mural. You said your sister used to tell him about your family history. Family name was Cavazel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Cavazels. He was sweet on my sister before you met your mother. I am the last of us now. Say it's Cavazel, not Cavazellin. I've always been called Cavazel, as were my sisters and mother and her mother before her. My grandfather told me the Cavazels have lived in this area for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, the Cavazels were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped resettle Tassing after the Romans left. Built their homes right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. Interesting. But that's just a story. How do you know any of it's true? Heard it from my family. Do you think they would lie? I didn't mean that. No, I think you did, but that's alright. However true it may or may not be doesn't matter, Magda. Matters that I believe it, that it connects me to my ancestors. When I think of the ancient Cavazels driven from their land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me stories about... No. Yeah, let's just be honest with her. Like, no. No, we don't. Keep your heart open to Christ, and one day you will. Thank you, Elsie. You've given me much to consider. Alright, let's talk to the nuns. Oh hey, here's Carl and Martha. Are they just saying hi? It's so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. Alright, take your time. Dad, look who it is. Good morning, Mr. Strugren. Hello, Martha. Carl, how are you today? On our usual walk around town, November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Stoll said Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. And I'm getting old. Not so old you can't sit around at home telling stories. You're about the same age as my dad, aren't you? Klaus has always been too stubborn to grow old. Shame what happened to him. As if you're not stubborn too. No arguments from me there. Peter survives through sheer stubbornness. Given the alternative is Werner, I'm glad to have something. Can't even find his ass with both hands. Dad. What? Anton would have made a better doctor than him. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's all right, Dad. Oh. I'm sorry, Carl. It's not your fault, Magdalene. Just a babe, then. I can't. It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. Should have been with me that night. You shouldn't have. I was a fool. What happened? I know I was there, but all I remember is the flames. What a fire it was. The whole abbey engulfed. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out of the fight. Then that godforsaken Lancenet stepped between us. I hope he burns in hell. Can't even imagine what that was like. Oh, how old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of the men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, I've not enough of that. I am so sorry. How did you go on? Did I? I don't know. Ah, hi, River. Blood on the floor is usually a bad sign. Yeah, it's usually a pretty bad sign. Some nights I think I'm still there. The abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to care for. Oh, may the Lord bless and keep her, as he keeps your mother. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all. I suppose that was Helena's doing. Dad. If I'm any good, it's because of you. Thank you for telling me about the night. Time doesn't heal, Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continued the walk. Yes, dear, I'm feeling much more alive now. I'll be well. Alright then. Stop by the old statue. Old statue of St. Moritz has seen better days. Hold on, we can admire the view. Look at that view. Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Boy howdy. Alright. Time to party at the Abbey. Maybe we can seduce some more nuns. I should talk to Sister Gertrude, since she was a Benedictine nun. Benedictine nun at Cursaw before the Poor Clares arrived. She should be able to tell me all about the convent's history for the mural. Bleh. I am getting tongue-tied to hell and back. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, let's poke at the shrine. I don't think it's changed all that much. Hand to St. Moritz. The Poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Yeah, nothing around the shrine I can interact with. Well, let's go talk to the nuns. Let's start... Cat! Pet son of Mousefinger. Kitties. Alright then. Gertrude. Well, sister, I have a favor to ask of you. Of course, Magdalene. I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassiae, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Blah. Blah. Thank you for the bits, River. 10 out of 10 game lets you pet the cat. Oh yeah, we've been petting every single cat. Every single cat and dog throughout this whole game. I think we're nearing towards the end with this middle portion of the mural that we're working on. I think we're about halfway or so through this chapter. Or at least after we pass the middle part, then we'll be halfway through. Her Latin is not good. That's alright, I'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rat House mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough galls stored away. Oh, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Cursaw, actually. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding and history of tassing saints to the Rat House mural. Wrote to Reverend Matthew, since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The Poor Clares don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Francisca wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. Well, that makes my job difficult. Let me finish Magdalene Drukerin. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. Oh. My YouTube algorithm is weird sometimes. Mine too. I'm trying to fix it, though. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life? I see. Something about the fashion. So, yeah, there's just something about the fashion. Touring the convent will take some time. Would you like to see Mother Francisca now? Let's take care of other things first. Okay, so that's probably going to take some time. But I did want to, maybe we can poke around the Abbey. Let's see, what were the other options? So what was left? So I was talking about that saint. Also, okay, we talked to Elsie, we talked to Father Thomas, talked to Sister Gertrude. Let's see if I can poke around the Abbey. Is that possible? That is not possible. Okay, then. Maybe if we go down here. Oh, we can't. Even the old guest house is falling apart. Yeah, okay, we can't go in there. That's a shame. Alright, so we will sneak in and, quote, consider, end quote, becoming a nun. Yes, let's go. Got wrecked a Spanish video about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Neither of those are weird in itself since I watch anime stuff and watch Spanish stuff too. But the video was like, modern JoJo's characters are a downgrade. Wow. I actually have not kept up with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think ever since like Stardust Crusaders came out as an anime. It's been a while. I know there's one that's set in Italy. There's another one where the main character is a woman. But I have not been able to keep up with it. I'm not really much of an anime person anymore. Alright, Mother Francisca, I'd like to introduce Magdalene Drukerin. A printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we pray for his recovery daily. Thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. And now, what is this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Mistress Drukerin to me? It was about the character design, though, and if you know anything about JoJo's, it's gotten more and more flamboyant. Well, that's the best part about it, though, isn't it? Just the flamboyant character design? Not going into more detail because gross? Gotcha. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it recently, but I thought, like, it being flamboyant was kind of the point. Or not really the point per se, but sort of the appeal of it. Unless I'm mistaken. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. Thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Right, yes. I wonder that you've never come up to the Abbey before, Mistress Drukerin. If God is calling you to go to a convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Why are you interested in joining the Poor Clares? Well, if I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is far better than being stuck bearing kids for the rest of my life. Had a holy vision. Oh gosh. I'm worried that helping my father, running the shop alone, and finishing the mural are too much for me. Magdalene, you should not abdicate your worldly duties for fear of the unknown. However, I agree that working a printing shop and painting are not suitable duties for a woman. Ugh. Is that my thing? I think it's meant to be over the top. Yeah, I always thought that it being kind of over the top, flamboyant was kind of not the point of it, but sort of like just part of it. But I don't know. I think after a few years, my opinions might change if I saw the art style again. Alright, please come. I am happy to tell you more of our order. Alright. So, we're sneaking into the convent. Small convent used to be part of the larger Cursaw double monastery. However, the Poor Clares live far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe it is not ours to produce and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? Not entirely certain yet, but I'd like to explore and look around and get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters from their duties or disturbing our rule. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you have finished, please come find me and we will discuss your decision to join. Finally, I thought she'd never finish. What? Oh no. Oh no, Magdalene, you might get in trouble for having some sass. Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the rat house. Oh gosh. That might get me in trouble. Time to start exploring. You can either come or not. Up to you. But Mother Francisca said... She said that as long as I'm with you, it's fine to look around. Are you really going to get us both in trouble? No, I always follow Mother Francisca's orders. Convent has many parts: the kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop, though no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Okay then. It's 100% part of the anime, like you don't have JoJo's without the flamboyancy. Yeah. Yeah, like, I guess it's like Stardust Crusaders and the arc that was after that. I don't remember the name of it. I like to me that is like peak flamboyant JoJo. Like that's perfect flamboyant without being like too um without going too far. And I think there is like a degree or point where it's like it's not flamboyant anymore, but probably like borderline kind of fetishizing to eventually. Now, I haven't seen like the most current JoJo art or what's going on, but I feel like there is a point where it's like there is a point where it starts getting a little uncomfortable. But I am not speaking from experience. I am just hypothesizing a lot. Let's poke around here. Disagree completely, but understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Like I don't know. I think I might be explaining what I mean kind of wrong. But but yeah. Anyway, here's the aquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. Aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is part of our vows. I don't know when you I guess I might be kind of imagining the video you were talking about as something that it's not. Like I think I might be misunderstanding something. But yeah, like flamboyancy is absolutely part of JoJo's. Like you can't have it without the flamboyancy. It's just a part of the style, a part of the yeah. You may be yeah. I think I'm completely misunderstanding and talking out of my ass. Let's see. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out into town sometimes and even talk to men on occasion. And I'm stuck here staring at these walls for the rest of my life. You unhappy here? I don't know. Father promised me to the church as a baby, some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the Port Clares the summer I turned 17. And they took you in just like that? Nobody asked what you wanted? Why should they? The Port Clares rely on the offerings of others, even their children, to subsist. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. I understand. I have more autonomy to go where I want, but I'm still bound by the expectations of marriage and homemaking. I remember the days of running around town. Wish I could have gotten married. I wanted to be a mother. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. At least they got to see something of the outside world before they were 20. You particularly hear from the plague and the Protestant rebels. It's a good life. I think you're lucky you don't have to deal with boys. Don't forget Matilda and Watchlove. They used to be part of Cursaw too. Oh yeah, them too. Sigh. Thanks for listening, Magdalene. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Lead on. Oh, we're gonna convince this nun to not be a nun anymore. I think that's what's gonna happen. This will be remembered. Yeah, that's so ominous. Every time. Ooh, what's this? This is the chapel where we all gather for Mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent. And the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. Sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but has represented the Abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's a tower in the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried long before the structure became a monastery. The duchy gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Roman Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. There's Latin here, too. God called Lady Sabine to lead our sisters and brothers in 1261. This will be remembered pops up while I put my pizza in the oven. Lord Kersaw's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower remained. Well done, Magdalene. Yes, the first lists the Abbey's founding date. Lady Kersaw was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We had the second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting, even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred should remain. Kersaw is unique. A double monastery with 2 saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. My apartment burns down as I find a church pizza. It was in fact not remembered. The foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. Yes, the foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. Many things have been built and torn down on this land over generations. Who knows what else used to be here? You're right, sister. This mural will be a great reference for the Red House. And I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. Alrighty then. What else is there? Convent courtyard. There's Sister Margaret. Love her. Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene, God bless you. How is she doing? I hope she's doing well. Don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. I had some spare time and I thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. Oh, God. Sister Margaret's probably my favorite out of all the nuns. It's good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kershaw? Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kershaw is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. Never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay, too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefinger behind. Of course, she truly is Queen of Kershaw. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clares arrived? Yes, the food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. All right. I love her so much. Let's go to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. There's not anything that interesting here. Sister Marie and Sister Sabo take care of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. Okay. Let's poke around here. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless your sister. How goes the cooking? as well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it is my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. Oh, that's... Shouldn't someone else be helping you? No, the Almighty has given me a gift. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. But didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer? In the next life, yes, but even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I've chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. Thank you for sharing your perspective. You are most welcome. God bless you. Alright. Now, Sister Marie. Are you delivering something? No, I'm learning more about the convent's history. So I can finish a mural in town. I think saying this will get me in trouble, so we're going to say considering joining the convent. Hallelujah. Glory and praise be to God. You've brought such joy to me this day, child. I haven't actually joined yet. Do you have a strong stomach? Perhaps you can help Sister and me in the kitchens. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Sabot has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. What's that all about? Rule St. Benedict of Nursia is a book of instruction. Okay. Mystic friar and founder of the Franciscan order, born in Assisi to wealthy parents, St. Francis was called to a life of poverty and preaching with his father St. Clare, he helped found the Order of Poor Clares. Okay. God's suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. Kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit, trapped between heaven and hell. Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. Moonlight must have gotten caught in smoke from the fire and you thought you saw an apparition? Could it have been a ghost of one of the sisters from the founding of the convent? Maybe even Saint Tassia? If it was, she has never said a word to me, though I fell prostrate in prayer before her. The spirit, whoever it is, rose up through the ground at vigils. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between the world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there is something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. A woman's spirit might be a great addition to the mural. I don't know that the council would approve, though. It breaks my heart to think this spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. All right, then. I wonder if we can see the ghost. I want to see the ghost. I want to see the mystery ghost. Then here's the courtyard. It's colder today. Not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here has long been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Suzanne, God bless you. Ugh, this ice is hard. Do I recognize you? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. You have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francisca allows only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere, gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent, anyway? Snooping. Oh, don't let me get in the way, then. What an adventure. Actually, Sister Benedict, I wanted to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh boy. Maybe we can convince 2 nuns to leave the habit. Oh yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help the older sisters, and I don't mind the chores, except when it's cold like this. One more question. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Ghosts? No. Everything has been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Marie's ghost? I think it's Mauritius myself. Oh no. So there is a ghost in the Abbey. Well, I haven't seen anything myself, but if there is a ghost, I like to think it's Mauritius. I told Mother Francisca about this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that a Roman commander named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. Christian refugees. Yes, the book said they were fleeing Roman persecution. Maybe under Nero? I don't remember. Anyway, when Sister Marie said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? Oh, what did you do with the book? Oh, well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Oh, it must be completely destroyed. Tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. That's alright, the book would probably have gone unread otherwise. I suppose it's better that the book got some use before it was lost forever. Besides, that story gives me ideas for the Rat House mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. Won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, sister. Alright, God bless you. Alright, God bless yous all around. Hold on a second, I gotta blow my nose. Give me just a moment. Just gotta mute really quick. I'll be right back. Ugh, I hate the feeling where it's like you blow your nose and it still feels like there's something in your sinuses. That's kind of how my nose feels right now. It's the worst. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's get back to it. Hello, game. There we go. Oh, nope, don't quit game. No, we're going back. There we go. Convent Art Studio. Don't mind if I do. Cough. The workshop is covered in dust. Yes, this was the Benedictine Sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see the hand of St. Moritz. Looks like everything was left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. We can't subsist on painting, and the poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. Just because art isn't essential to survival means you can't do any kind of painting? That sounds horrible. We have other ways to make art, singing, telling stories, things like that, but yes, the workshop is off limits. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes had gone missing. Paint pots, too. You think one of the sisters is secretly painting? Oh lord, no. We all live too close together in the convent for something like that to go unnoticed. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if it's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you and you seem to love your art. Without it, you'd hate it here. Yeah. I'm getting that feeling too. Just got over that so mood. Yeah. I don't think I'm getting sick. It's just from talking a lot. And at work, I'm always talking a lot anyway, so just... bleh. Little paint parchment scrap here. It's different from the others. Hello? Looks like a scrap from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. The Mithraeum of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Mithraeum. That's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Wait, this might be from the book Sister Benedicta found. Why would someone have written that in the margins of a manuscript? And where's the rest of the book? Might be from the book the Benedicta found. I don't know, it's not a word I've heard before. There's certainly nothing in the convent by that name. Well, the note says the Mithraeum was destroyed, so I suppose it doesn't matter much now. And what's this here? Such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the palettes. Oh, a shame. These old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? I understand the appeal of such a small life. It offers its own freedoms from the world, even if I'm not drawn to it. This poor girl, yeah. To be honest, it seems like a life of drudgery. Gosh. I can see why people choose the holy life, but it's not for me. Not without art. I understand. You've dedicated your whole life to your work. You'd struggle to give that up now. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from outside the convent, I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. No. I think you should go. I think this girl should go. Your family just left you here. You don't owe the sisters anything. Ah, I do, though. The sisters have taken care of me. They love me, and I love them. Damn it! Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows? Maybe it'll get better in time. Maybe. I'll try to help any way I can, even if it's just sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really? That would be wonderful, so long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Francisca before she suspects something. I learned a lot today. Secret lesbians. Oh, man. The one I missed was talking about the monk and the nun that visited town a lot. Because I mentioned them, I failed it. Let's find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. Magdalene, what was your assessment of the Port Clares? Oh shit, she's a lesbian. Oh. Must leave now? Alright. Have a good night, River. I'll see you later. I'd rather be a nun than married to a man. Oh gosh. Yeah. Is a good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister? Compelled by the devoted life the sisters lead, Mother Francisca, but I'm afraid I must tend to my father first. Yeah, let's say that. That seems like the most fair answer. Of course, I understand. Caring for your father is in itself a noble path. However, if your heart leads you back up the hill, the doors to the convent are always open to you. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendor of the old Benedictine house, operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You're most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Maybe we could seduce Suzanne. Maybe. Who knows? How'd your little expedition go? I learned a lot from seeing the Abbey. I learned a lot about the poor Clares, but not as much about the history of the Abbey as I wanted. But sister, there's something I don't understand. The Abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the morning. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Kershaw was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings were intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside other than charred wood and parchment. Might still be worth taking a look. Worry after you sometimes, Magdalene. I really do. Thank you for all your help. Most welcome. God bless. Alrighty then. To learn more about the founding of Kershaw, a little illustration from the manuscript, the Mithraeum, it was like the one in the mine. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of Tassing? Must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. Ruins are right there. Maybe not everything was destroyed. Maybe not. Let's take a peek. Oh. Look at this. My god, this is amazing. Wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Sorry, I'm just so excited by lesbians. That's okay, Renee. Oh. Almost fell there. And Magdalene is just a little explorer. Oh, ouchies. No, I can't get back up there. If I climb, I might collapse further. I'll have to find another way out. Okay. This is the tower. There's vines. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. These vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there is no other way out. Oh gosh, are we gonna... I hope we don't fall to our death here. You can see all of Tassing from here. Wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. Bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. Okay. Down, back down we go. And down we go. Oh God. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. Doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? What's this? These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. Let's go this way. Through the cemetery. I'm gonna poke around and see, like, what's what. What's over here? Just more roses? Okay. More roses. Oh, there's... Okay, there's a way into the church. Through the cloister. There's a way to the old animal pens? No? Okay. This place is a mess. How sad. Oh man. It kind of stings because we've been through here so many times. This door's stuck. I can't get through this way. Alright. Going through the chapter house. Oh my gosh. An old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A dance of death? Oh. What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death, and why? Ugh, ads. Okay, I can hold off until the ads are done. Yeah, just a brief pause until the ads are done. Oh, that was quick? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it's telling me there's another, like, minute of ads for the ad break. And I think the way it works is that, like, I don't know if it's like each viewer gets a different length of ads, or if it's like there's just a window time frame of like, hey, this is ad time, and it could potentially end early. Yeah, these look like people from the town, from here, people who died. Boy howdy. Oh, I see the one portraying Andreas all the way in the far right. That makes me sad. Let's see, trying to figure out like who's who. Oh, I think. I'm not sure. I think I can tell who's who on these pictures. All right. Well, it's telling me 25 seconds until the end of the ad break, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue. All right. Must be the Baron, and that's Otto. Wait, is that? Oh, someone's here. Oh shit. Hello? Who are you? Can we tell, like, who's who? So that's the Duke. Or the... Yeah, the Duke that I think started the whole thing. That's the widow. I think that's Otto right there. And then I'm not sure who these next two are. And then there's Andreas right there. Is there anything else we can poke around here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So someone is in here with us. The call is coming from inside the house. The door is ajar. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here. When did it start snowing? I should get back to the rat house and get to work. Oh boy, so somebody has been painting in the Abbey since after it was abandoned. Stop by the Golden Hand Inn. It's Killian. Doesn't look like too much is going on here, actually. You know, let's just go. Yeah, back to the rat house. Alright, so let's decide what we want to draw. Magdalene. Oh, there's Werner. Dr. Stolz. So you're doing quick work with the mural, eh? I hope that doesn't make you sloppy. Still think that I shouldn't be painting the mural? It's taking longer than I've wanted. I have to get all my other chores done, too. Should have guessed you wouldn't be able to take care of Klaus and keep your affairs in order. Mind your business, and I'll mind mine. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. Fucking asshole. Yeah, exactly. We're researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the Abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And I'll paint St. Mort, St. Saria, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth, receiving the Christian settlers. Paint the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. Oh, each of these is pretty good. I, So do I want to kind of lean more towards the religious side of it? Because I think before we were doing kind of a little bit of the paganism. Oh yeah, we were doing like the Mars taking the form of a wolf and stuff. Yeah, Bavarian settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. May find that ignoring the saints in favor of such a mundane portrayal of events is unwelcome. Even so, I suppose it is an important step in the history of Tassing. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. That kind of damn it. Makes me reconsider my thing, but just let me do my job, Doctor. After this section, there's still so much work to do. Haven't figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stoles. Yes? Have you seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? Haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard of anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. No, I don't know anything about it. Now, if there's nothing else... let me just call him an asshole. No, good night, Dr. Stoles. Bleh. Alright then. Now the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when that Baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an Archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. And of course I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write to them tonight before bed. Alright. Let's get writing. Boy howdy. Formerly Archdeacon of Friesing. My name is Magdalene Druklin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothrigel's murder at Kershaw Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? Did you see... Ooh... Do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? Did you see any evidence that might suggest there is some sort of larger conspiracy at work? Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druken. Alright then. And then let's write to Esther. Esther. My BFF forever. I hope you're all well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Elijah too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You've said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse and he is in so much pain. Dr. Stoles has been, well, he's a useless asshole. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. Worry about Dad. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they've seen ghosts. It's the strangest thing, given me a fright a few times already. But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. Should have it completed by Christmas or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps, at long last, I shall be able to visit you and meet this Simmond. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late and reported worsening snows through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simmond. Yours always, Magda. Alrighty then. And then we're gonna go Schmeep. Oh, how did this get here? Stop. Oh. That's just like the note Dad found. Are they trying to scare me? And if I don't stop, are they going to try to kill me next? I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. Well, he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Alright, let's Schmeep. Let's get some EPs. And then I think we'll leave off here. We'll end stream around here. Mr. Trukrin, only one letter for you today. Pass is nigh impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse and me. Anyway, happy Advent, my dear. Thank you, the same to you. Oh, I've got a cute little scarf. Reply from Jacob Estler. Mr. Strukrin. Do you recall the Rothfogel case, though it has been over a decade since I have served as an archdeacon? No longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I am no longer associated with the Catholic Church. If you do not mind conversing with a Lutheran, I will tell you what I remember. I investigated several murders as archdeacon, but none had the curious specter of conspiracy that haunted Baron Rothfogel's. After the peasants burned Kersal, I read a report suggesting that a conspiracy was behind the murder of the town carpenter as well. It was around this time that I did some research of my own into the death of Father Godot's predecessor, Father Matthias. While no one suspected foul play at the time, I had reason to believe that his death may be connected to the other two murders. If this is the case, a serpent has lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades. It may lay there still. What causes this serpent to awaken every few years to stage a new killing? I fear that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbors. I urge caution in your investigation into this matter. If the serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke into its old resting places. I hope this has been some help to you. May God bless and keep you safe. Jacob No reply from Esther this time. It must have been delayed due to the heavy snow. Postman said I won't receive any more letters until spring. I better get back to work to the rat house then. Still more work to be done. Alright then. Days are gonna pass. Probably a week. 2 weeks even. 3. There we go. Hey, just before Christmas. Finally caught up on the mural, and now I can start the final part today. Promise I'll get it done. Magdalene, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Dad. Sorry, Dr. Stoll said you can't come to the festivities tonight. I know how much you love the Perchtenlof. Perchtenlof? Germanic folk ritual celebrated around Christmas time in which townsfolk dress as Perchten and drive evil spirits from the town to protect it in the coming new year. Oh boy, I have a feeling something's gonna happen. There's always next year. Right. How are you feeling? Dr. Stoll said he would come by again today. Fine, I'm fine. Are you sure? Do you need anything? No, go on. I'm alright. In fact, my spirits are lifted today. It's Christmas Eve, after all. Of course. What's wrong? Dad, I found a note back in November. A note? What do you mean? It was a note I found in your plans for the murals. Just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. Elaborate writing, purple ink. It just said stop. Do you know where they came from? Who wrote them? Magdalene, Oh god, that must be Oates. He said he'd drop by with more firewood. If you know something, I'd like you to tell me, alright? I know, I will. Can we talk about it later? Yeah, we're gonna nod. I'll be back later. Good. Take care of yourself out there. Oh, I feel like something's gonna happen. I've got a bad feeling. But anyway, we're gonna leave that here for now. We're gonna go ahead and end the stream for today. Gonna go ahead and find somebody to raid to. We'll be back at it with more Pentiment next Monday. On Wednesday, I'm going to be playing more Vampire. And then I'm also going to go ahead and plug in my Discord server as well.
Thank you for your interest in the Discord. You can join following this link.
Feel free to come by, hang out. It's a good group of folks there. Pretty quiet, but it's a small little server. But anyway, we are going to raid somebody. You know what? My friend Eve is having a late night art night, so we're going to go ahead and raid her. And then I hope everyone has a good evening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out and spending time with me. We'll find out more. We'll uncover more of the mystery next week. And then Wednesday, we're going to be playing more Pentiment. I hope you all have a good evening and a good night.